What is up, everybody? We are back with another episode of the Playbook. Clarkus and Steve-O, joined by Steve-O. Look at us, man. We're getting pretty good at these two a week.
Yeah, I know it helps when you're able to stay inside because of the weather here in Kentucky, but we enjoy talking about sports. That makes it easy as well.
I don't know about you, but I didn't get to stay inside today.
No, I got out and did some things, but I didn't have to work. No, I saw where you had to go check out your school. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Solid 3 inches of just frozenness. It's so cold the snow froze.
yeah,
So,
so much
just
ice.
a nightmare. I mean, they won't say it, but there's not going to be school the rest of this week.
Yeah, I'd be surprised.
I
They
mean,
had to get a lot of
literally,
the side roads clean.
I'm having to take what looks like a giant paint scraper and break this stuff up in sections, scoop it on top of the ice, and then slide it off to the side where it won't be on a sidewalk.
Yeah,
It's nuts. It's not for the faint of heart. I did
no,
about 6 hours of that today, and I texted our principal and said, "Look, it's just two of us. Like 2 o'clock, it's quitting time, or else neither of us are going to be able to do anything tomorrow."
yeah, exactly. It was too cold, man, too cold.
It
But
wasn't even the
it,
cold. Like, I was sweating. I was bundled up.
yeah,
I looked like an Olympic snowboarder. Uh, but it's just the weight of the ice and fighting, keeping your balance, and all that. It just sucks. The cold was nothing.
you know who would be do well in this weather? Caleb Williams, because he's the Iceman.
You know what? I was thinking about that today. I was out there shoveling that shit. It's like, what would the Iceman do?
Right?
But,
He wouldn't
well,
get
while we're
sacked.
on the subject of NFL, what do you think about the upcoming Super Bowl? I feel like we both picked those teams this weekend, didn't we?
Yeah, it was pretty obvious when Bo Nix went out and Seattle at home in their defense. So it it wasn't hard to pick those teams. It is hard to pick the Super Bowl though. I think Seattle will win, but the Patriots got. I know they have their schedule has not been as tough as Seattle's, and that's why they've been able to get this far. But at the same time, it's the Patriots in the Super Bowl. They rarely lose in the Super Bowl.
Right? I mean, I don't get all the schedule talk. It's like, I mean, they don't make their own schedule. You play
Yeah,
who you play.
exactly. It's because they had an easier schedule because they
They
had a
sucked
worse
last
year
year.
the year before. Exactly. Same with the Bears. And if teams that continue to suck still lose easy schedules. So
Yeah, I mean, they want it's essentially money grab because they want the best teams playing the hardest schedule so they can put them on TV.
yeah. And what I
Like how
really got
many
out of this too
like how many
was
times did
that
we
yeah,
watch the Eagles this year?
way too much. Their offense was terrible to watch.
I will say we did get a very good amount of Bears games,
We did. They know
but
that
that
like
that
UK
was a
fans,
coach
Bears
bump.
fans tune in too.
Yeah, it's a coach bump right there.
New coach Caleb, new everything really. I mean,
Yeah,
just
starting fresh.
well, they were on TV a couple times. I'm a big red zone watcher because of fantasy football, but they were on national TV a couple of the early games. But obviously, the first game when they lost to the Vikings, but a couple of games after that, they weren't on like at least locally on CBS or Fox, and you had to catch them on red zone if you were watching it here. So
Right.
about halfway through the season, they had got almost every Fox game, 4:30 or 1 o'clock, whenever their game was. So
Yeah, lots of viewership, and I'm here for it.
the Super Bowl could have been one of the most watched if the Bears were in it. Because I
Yeah,
don't think the Seahawks don't. They have a great fan base. They just don't have a national fan base.
right. Yeah, very very localized. So, but well, that's enough NFL talk. What do you want to hit on first for UK wise?
Well, speaking of weather, the team did get down there. I saw pictures and made it to Nashville because last night Vanderbilt university didn't have power for a little
Well,
bit,
that's
so it's
good.
good to see they made it down there.
That's good.
That's
They
good
got
stuff.
power. We can play a basketball game. All right.
Yeah, on the one of the funkiest courts in college basketball.
It's the most funky. I was just explaining that to my dad because I called him, and normally he calls has a tendency to call right when we're in the middle of recording this. So it's like,
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and get that call out of the way. That way there's no interruptions. And he was like, well, do you think we're going to win tonight? And I was like, it's iffy. It's a road game. Vandy's really good. And they have the weirdest court setup in college basketball. Like, so I had to explain the whole thing to him. He was like, oh, that is funky. It's like, Dad, you should know this. You know how many basketball games we've watched together? Like, come on. Set up
Once
pop.
a year.
He's not a big sports guy.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much of our fan base makes it down there because normally we flood that city, even on a
No, it ain't
weeknight
gonna
game.
be nothing.
I know, I know.
It's
Uh,
so bad around here, man. I mean, I don't know about where your neighborhood is at. Have they plowed your streets yet?
yeah, I'm out in Hamburg.
Ah!
Yeah, so they as of yesterday they didn't have Man of War plowed, which is crazy. But today it seems like most of the main roads are plowed from what I've heard, and just like kind of like the side streets of complexes and like gas stations and things like that aren't. But um, you
I
know,
feel like my street should be a main street. I have the main entrance for Lexington Clinic almost
yeah,
right across the street. Has not seen a plow.
wow,
Yes. I've seen multiple like city plow trucks go down the street with no blade down, not even throwing salt. Not that salt would do anything,
hmm,
but it's like thank God for all-wheel drive Subarus.
yeah, right. And thank God for Kentucky, man. Thank God for Kentucky. Is all I can say because we're on a what 5 game win streak, 6 game. This will be the sixth one.
Yep, yep.
Because just thank God that this team has turned it around, at least mentality wise. Because, like, maybe on our first podcast or even before, we were like, we don't like the attitude of this team and or the leadership or what's going on, the vibes around it. And now, from Pope to Owe to Chandler to you name it, they've all just turned it around.
Yeah, it's a dramatic shift. I mean, and it's very obvious. They changed the lineup.
Yeah, they were forced to a little bit with injuries, and it's worked out. Uh, but the only thing that has concerned me with the lineup change uh, is with it's not really even the lineup change. I think it's been more with depth is our foul trouble because our big man, thank God we got depth there because they foul so much. They
They
always
do.
get 2 or 3 fouls early.
Well,
So
it's mainly Diabate and Garrison.
yeah, Moreno's been in
Moreno's
foul
pretty
trouble the
good.
last couple games, at least in the first half. The second half, he's done a lot better. I would agree with that. But he's been having to come out early in the first half, the last couple of games. So
Yeah, but that's a product of playing more minutes as well,
it is, yeah.
which
He's
he's
been
earned.
hooping. He's been hooping. Yeah,
He
the
has
whole team
earned.
has. I mean, the last during this whole win streak, I have minor complaints, nothing major. They're playing to the ceiling of what this team with this roster at this time of the year is capable of.
Yes, I have no complaints. This team, very much like the Bears, shows a lot of resiliency,
Yep.
and I'm here for it. At least we're showing some fight. Because early in the
Yeah.
year, it looked bleak.
It did. It did. And the defense was average and the offense was bad. Now the defense is good and the offense is average. So we're making progress.
Right. And then you had people fighting with each other. There was clear, like, body language issues. Like, I mean,
I think a
you
lot of
saw
that's
those
being in the
same
pressure
Ortega
cooker in the
screenshots.
UK. Yeah. So
So, we've done a complete 180, so that's a good thing.
we have. And hitting. moving the ball. Anytime you read like an article about us or anyone talking about our team that aren't biased, like none of the local media, they would say Kentucky was stagnant on offense and doesn't move the ball with or without Jalen Lowe. Now we're passing the ball. We're not going
Right.
1-on-1 all the time. It's it looks like we're actually running some plays, and it's not that we weren't a couple weeks ago or a month ago. Maybe they're just executing them better now.
Yeah. Well, I think it's you've got a group of guys that realize it's like, hey, this is my shot. They brought
Yeah.
me here. They believed in me enough to get me this far. Now I don't want to prove them wrong.
Look at Amari Williams. He wasn't supposed to go pro, and now he's playing some good minutes for the Celtics.
Yeah, and help them win a clutch overtime game the other night. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
yeah, he did. He played well. I don't think
Got
Breas
called
got
up
in
the
much,
same
but
day.
the Suns haven't needed Breas much. But the Celtics needed him, and he's performed well. And that's part of him playing his year here. If he would have stayed at Drexel, there's no way that would happen.
Right. Uh, did you see how that day went for him?
Yeah,
He
that
didn't
was
get
awesome.
called up until that morning.
Yeah.
Had to hop on a plane and all that stuff.
Speaking of the Celtics, did you see what Jason Tatum said today?
Did I see what?
What Jason Tatum said today?
I did not.
See, all right. I don't know what you think about this. He's a big Kobe disciple. I'm not really a Tatum fan. I know he's a good player, but he went to Duke and he's on the Celtics, so
Don't let
I
my
naturally
wife
don't
hear you
like.
say that.
That's okay. I respect good players. I don't hate him as a person. I just don't like the teams he's played for.
Kyrie Irving and Jason Tatum are my wife's two favorite players, and I can't stand it.
That's okay. At least you can stand it. We're on the same page there. But
It's
anyways,
because
uh,
they played for the Celtics.
yeah, right, and Duke. But Tatum said that if he was on the Grizzlies, that he would have a statue already by the time this year, by the end of his career. He said since he's chasing so many legends at the Celtics, he has a higher climb. I think that's a weak mentality. Wouldn't you want to be one of the best Celtics of all time instead of the best Grizzly of all time?
Right?
So I just
Like
thought that was interesting.
that don't make sense.
I know. I would rather have my little green patch up there in the Boston Garden than have a statue in front of FedEx Forum, probably so someone can shoot at
Right?
it.
I mean, yeah, that's an interesting take on it.
No, I thought that was interesting just from him because he's a quote unquote Kobe disciple. So,
How much you want to bet that winds up on pardon my takes, takeys of the year?
oh, for sure, for sure. They got a lot just from their Barstool offices alone. But Skip Bayless was probably a regular on that as well.
Well, how are you feeling about tonight's game? We got like what about hour and a half before tip off? 2 hours.
Yeah. I for an away game at Vandy, a 9 o'clock game. Those are always kind of funky games. They're college kids. Our teams last year played well at 9 o'clock games, so I don't know if they'll translate to this year, but oh wait, maybe they'll translate from him last year.
Right.
And we just perform in big games, and we thrive against other crowds. We've showed the last couple games we've got some chippiness at the end of the game. So
Oh, definitely.
I like our mentality on the road. Well, last year's team, their motto was like roadkill. Hopefully, they have the same one here. And I don't know how much you've watched the Vanderbilt. They're obviously better than they normally are in
Yeah,
years
they're actually
past.
they're actually pretty decent this year.
They're very guard heavy. All their guards, at least two of their guards might start for most SEC teams, but they have no solid big man. Their best big man was Tennessee. So
Well,
carry.
should be a good night for Malachi, Andrea.
Yeah. Diabate, he's been a rebounding machine and getting and ones. He's not the best at hitting layups, but he finishes decent. So
I think moving him to coming off the bench was one of the biggest spark plugs.
him
I mean,
and
that's what
Chandler.
he
Now I
did
know
for
Chandler's
Bama.
starting, but yeah.
That's what he did for Bama, and that's what makes him good. He accepted that role of a sixth man. It's
Yeah.
like a Jamal Crawford. Never played good when he
Right.
started.
Yep. Right. There's just something about it. Or J.R. Smith never did either. Yeah, those are people that are always coming better off the bench. Diabate doesn't have to score, but when he comes in, he comes up and he'll end up with 5 or 8 points just off hustling and getting and one.
Right. Well, and that's what I don't understand. Mark Pope wants to build this high-powered run and gun offense. All five guys on the floor can shoot the ball from anywhere. Why are you giving Mohamed Diabate a spot in that starting lineup?
Right, right. This
You know,
we always draw back to because we're year-round hoop watchers. This summer, when we hear about the summer practices, like, oh, he had all these perfect roster pieces for how he wants to play, and now that we know none of them are extremely good three-point shooters, now Chandler's becoming pretty consistent one, and Cam Williams was till he got hurt, and always doing better than he does at the beginning of the season. But you know, this roster was clearly not built the way that we thought it was this summer for his playing style. But to their credit, they've adjusted playing styles to this roster the last couple games.
yeah, yeah. Maybe the analytics are working again. Some would say,
Yeah, the first half have been working the last couple games at least. I mean, getting blown out the first half.
or maybe it's just trust your damn gut.
Yeah,
Go with what's working. It
shorten the
may
bench a
not be
little
the
bit. Yeah,
same combination every game, but you know what? That's fine.
right. That's how he did it last year, and it worked. And as long as you defend with team defense, defense leads the offense, get some stops, get some rebounds, and you can beat anybody in a low scoring game. Our team
Yep.
should be able to get anywhere between 65 and 70 every game and win. So,
Kentucky is a team you do not want to play in transition.
no, not at all.
There's too many slashers and get to the rim, and I'll put you on a poster.
Yeah, always proven that. So,
No
a couple
way,
other guys,
Colin
Kane Chandler.
Chandler. Uh, I would have said Cam Williams too before injury,
Yeah. Well,
but
I think isn't Vandy a six and
Jasper.
a half point favorite? 6.5. I think that's the spread.
I haven't looked today. I've been so
Yeah,
icebound.
that's fair. Now I'm pretty sure this morning it was 6.5 when I checked it. Um,
I
so
figured Vandy would be favored, but six and a
yeah,
half is
I
seems about
know.
right.
Yeah, man, they
Knowing Kentucky is you, you're either gonna get a hot Kentucky or a cold Kentucky.
yeah guard heavy teams seem to give us problems at least this season they have because
Well,
we can't
yeah.
shoot the three well. But
Well, that and we're big man heavy.
yeah, we are. But I'm saying I guess Owe is more of a wing than a guard, but he's got guard skills. Uh,
Yeah, definitely more
so
of a wing than a guard.
well with Jasper's emergence, that's going to help us quite a bit too. So
Yeah. Look, can we talk about that?
yeah, I want to
His
hear what you
first
think about him.
half, the last two games, incredible,
Absolutely,
and
he
I love
looks
it.
composed and comfortable and aggressive, and a lot of them. I don't know about you, but Aberdeen and Chandler are the only two that look like they look for their shot, or they're going to shoot it when they're open. Now Jasper's the third one, so we got three guys that are being aggressive. Owe gets there after he hits his first couple shots, but every time Jasper touches the ball, he's looking to score, and I love it.
Yeah, oh, I love it, and I really love it because I get to work with. I think it's one of his distant aunts or distant cousins, but anytime Jasper does something good, she comes in. She's like, Do you see my boy, my little baby Jasper last night?" I said, "Yes, ma'am. I saw him. He's doing good."
The whole
So,
nation's watching him now emerge in front of our eyes. The Tennessee game was the start. Just got to keep it going, and I think he's gonna get his chance tonight.
oh yeah, he'll play some minutes tonight.
Like to get him and Yelly going early. Yelly likes to hit a couple threes every now
Yeah,
and then. Get
we
plays with a
got to
lot of
get
energy.
Jelly going in this.
Yeah,
I mean, they don't have a good big.
no, not at
I
all.
mean, their
But
bigs are probably the equivalent of mid-level European bigs, which
the
is what
leading
Jelly's used to playing against.
exactly. Leading rebounder averages 6 a game, and he's 6'7". So
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh man, Malachi might have a like 2010 double
Hey,
double tonight. You know what? That's
my,
gonna be segment alert. I just thought of this.
okay.
Bet of the game.
Okay.
Bet Malachi Moreno to get a double double. Easy.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
I'd almost even bet it he's gonna get 20 and 10.
Okay. I would say, dude, Chandler three threes.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yeah. I like him shooting 5 to 6, and I think he can hit at least 50%. So
And in all fairness, we're not sponsored by any type of betting platform. We're open
we're
to
just,
it.
yeah, obviously.
Like,
But
come on, Kalshi, or I don't know. I see that ad everywhere. That's why I said it
right.
first. I know
CLC all.
DraftKings or FanDuel would be a bit of a reach right now,
Absolutely. But we do watch enough ball to lose bets like everybody else, right?
right? I just don't have the money to lose unless
Amen,
we have
dude.
a sponsor from one of these people. It's
Yeah,
a little more
that'd be
cheddar in the
different.
pocket.
Right? Well, let's go to our segment of hate or tolerate with Vanderbilt.
Okay.
So I got more hate with tolerate with basketball because um, they're from like the whole Kevin Stallings era. There's a bunch of players I
Yeah.
couldn't stand from those teams.
Oh, so many players.
um,
I Yeah, I'm like you. My hate is more so on basketball side. I really tolerate them in football because generally they aren't good, and they, you know, let us take Ray Davis from them.
right? They were a cool little story this year.
Oh yeah, I I will die on this hill. I think they should have made the playoff.
Easily, easily. They would have put up a better fight than anybody else in the first round, probably. I don't know if they would
Uh,
have won, but
no, may not have won, but it would have been competitive.
they would have played Oregon closer than James Madison.
Who would be your most hated Vandy basketball player?
So I have
I am blanking on names right now.
I have names. A lot of my names when I do this exercises are from like 2000 to 2012. Like I don't have a lot of
Yeah,
recent ones. The one that pops in my head just because he went against the John Wall team was John Jenkins. I didn't care for him. He just shot a bunch of threes. Maybe that's why I didn't like him 'cause he was good. Or how about the big white boy AJ Ogilvy,
Ogilvy. Yep, that's a name I
uh,
couldn't remember.
Jeff Taylor,
Luke Cornett.
Cornette? Yeah, he's
That's
doing
where
decent
my
in the
mind
NBA.
initially goes.
He's doing decent in the NBA. Shane Foster was one.
I feel like they had a little guard that torched us at some point.
Yeah, recently Saban Lee did. That was last year or
Saban.
two.
Yep.
Yeah. They also had this guy that went against Keith Bogans. His name was Matt Freege.
Yeah.
He's kind of, but yeah, you're right. They don't have a lot of NBA guys either. I think they only got Darius Garland and who plays for the Pacers. Shoots threes. He just played in the finals. Can't think of his name for some reason. I might look that one up.
It's not Nimhard.
Neesmith, Aaron Neesmith.
Aaron Naismith. Yep.
Yeah, I think those are the only two though. So not a whole lot of hate. We don't like when they beat. We hate when they beat us, but they don't beat us often. So
Right. Well, hopefully they don't tonight.
they got as good a shot as anybody. But I like how we're playing, and they just came off. They just came off beating what Oklahoma wasn't the best win.
Uh,
Uh,
I don't
Mississippi
know.
State, Mississippi State, who's the worst team in the SEC. So and then before that they lost three in a row. So
They lost to Mississippi State.
no, they lost three in a
Oh,
row before beating Mississippi State, who's not very
oh,
good. Is what
okay.
I'm saying. It's not an impressive win in my opinion.
No, no,
Exactly. So,
it's not.
well, you got a prediction? Points?
Uh,
See, it is 6.5. I checked it. The spread is at least.
I don't think Vandy covers, but I do think they win. I'm gonna go Vandy in a very, very close back and forth game. 78-74.
That would not be a bad loss. It'd be a tough loss, but it wouldn't be a bad loss. Uh,
Um, MVP Malachi Moreno,
okay,
20 and
okay.
10.
I love it. I love it. Not the loss, but I love Moreno. Should have a big game. I think we're not only going to cover, I think we're going to win, but I think we're going to win by 1 point. I
That's the
think,
spirit we need.
yeah, I think we're going to win 79-78, and I think OA is going to hit a two to take the lead at the end, and they're going to miss a shot at the end to win.
Okay, I like it. Calling the
Yeah,
game out.
which means OA will be MVP if that happens. So,
Yes.
yeah. So, um,
Well,
the,
do we have
the
any?
it, you want to do
Have,
a quick bonus pick? Number 5 Nebraska and number 3 Michigan starting here right now, and the spread is Michigan minus 11.5
Michigan covers.
at home. I think so too, but that's probably the biggest basketball in Nebraska basketball history, the biggest game in Nebraska history.
No shit. They're number 5. They've never been ranked that high.
And they're the only Division I team ever to win a NCAA tournament game. Only like Power Five.
What?
Yeah, them and Northwestern, and Northwestern won one a couple of years ago, so they're the only one that haven't won one. I think they've probably been in the tournament like under 10 times.
Wow. What a pull there, Steve-O.
I know.
I
I've
didn't know that.
yeah, basketball school right now, Nebraska, right?
Right? No kidding. It ain't football.
Right, but
They lost
yeah,
Patrick Mahomes Jr. the third, or whatever you want to call him.
yeah, he's excited to be Dante Morris back up.
What happened? He saw Patrick Mahomes put that Oregon jersey on because he lost the bet.
Yep, he's. I wonder
Oh,
what those
that's
cool
where
jerseys.
Father Patrick wants me to go to school. Ugh.
Right. Well,
Yes, Overlord.
speaking of that, we can segue to our helmet picking if you want.
Ooh,
The UK,
I like the
the
new
UK helmet.
pickup. I like
Yeah, the
that.
UK helmet. I think it's the old
That
offensive
is.
lineman's helmet. I've had it since I
I
was a
was
kid.
gonna
And stuff.
say that's definitely a lineman mask.
Yeah, it is. Full face mask. But yeah, we can do a couple. If we get one and see if we only like one, that's cool. If we like more, we can keep going. But random college, random NFL, I took the 3 out we did last episode. So, oh, this is a random NFL, but they were decent this year.
Okay, the
The,
Panthers.
the Panthers, the Panthers. So,
Uh,
what do you who do you think of first when you the Panthers?
one name immediately pops out.
Is it?
Steve Smith.
Yeah, I was thinking Cam too.
Yeah, I tolerate Cam.
I
But
thought
one
Super Bowl,
name
but
for
Steve Smith.
me, Steve Smith. Dude was the biggest shit talker.
He's in the same class as
And
Kevin
backed
Garnett
it up.
when it comes. He's the same class as Kevin Garnett when it came to shit talking.
Yes, and backed it up.
He did, and he was so small too. Like for a receiver, he was quick, built, and small, and he just outran everybody. He was awesome.
He was Tyreek Hill before Tyreek Hill,
Yeah, he
but
was.
less punchy.
Yes, that's a good one, Steve Smith.
Only a little less.
I think of our boy that we got on the Bears after, Julius Peppers. He first started out there.
Yeah. There's a lot of good players the Panthers have had. Luke Kuechly.
Yeah, and they've had good players, and they've made the 2 random Super Bowls with Cam and then Jake Delhomme back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, just put together a weird playoff run in a losing season.
Yeah, that division was the weirdest division this year. I think because every team was average and they beat up on each other, and the Panthers just like sticking little. You could have stuck those 4 helmets in this helmet, shook it up, and just picked one out, and it could have been it. I mean, even Tyler Shuck was decent for the Saints.
Right. So you, like myself, are also a Barstool, uh, pardon my take listener.
Yeah.
Do you believe there's anything behind that Panthers podcast stopping their podcast the same year that the Panthers actually make the playoffs?
Do I really believe that there's anything behind it? No, but do I
Is it
think
just weird mojo,
I think it's
or
there's sports mojo behind it. Yeah, the sports mojo, but I think they would have loved to keep it and talk about the Panthers making the playoffs.
100%? But I mean, what do you do if you're in that situation as a podcast? It's like, okay, this is taking a lot of our time away.
What would we do as
What?
Bears fans if we were in that situation? Like we literally just started this, and they were like, if to help us win this playoff game, could you do that to not talk about it? Just because we just started it, it might be easier, but say we were a year in.
Right. Or these guys are like 5 to 7 years in.
Yeah, I know that's wild. Well, I would do it in a heartbeat for any of my teams.
I mean, shout out to them for being the ultimate sacrifice.
They
How
knew their
cool would
team
it be if
needed
we
it.
could get them on? I know they're too big for us, but that would be a cool interview. It's like, hey, us sad Kentucky fans can interview you normally sad Panthers
Let's
fans.
let's let's
We'll
find out
talk
if the
about
North
our
Carolina
cats.
let's find out if the North Carolina are Duke fans first, and then we can talk to them about that.
Right. That's very true. Very true.
Okay, we can do one more. Panthers, that was solid. Good, solid
Let's
franchise, you
just make
know.
it a habit to do three of them.
I like three. I like three for now. So yeah, Panthers came here. Fairly new franchise came in the '90s with the Jaguars. So, you know, they've done decent, done better than some other franchises. So, you know, the Browns have been around forever. The Panthers probably have a better history than they do. So,
Yeah, you're not wrong. They've at least played in a Super Bowl.
right. Poor Tim Couch. Anyway,
Oh, I know. That dude
mm,
got done so wrong.
let's see if I can get us another NFL one. Little helmet. All right. Ooh. Okay. We got our boy who used to be offensive coordinator here.
That's not the first name that popped into my mind.
Oh, it's not mine either. I just thought of it because, you know, he had a pretty surprising year like the Panthers did.
Yeah, yeah. He probably should be AFC Coach of the Year, but it won't happen.
Yeah, they're probably going to give it to Vrabel, which is fine. But,
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, he made the Super Bowl, so.
which, while we're
But
thinking
with
about it, how dumb do the Titans look for getting rid of him? Making the playoffs, and now he
right,
takes the Patriots to the Super Bowl?
well, in all fairness, the Patriots probably do have more money and a better roster.
And I agree with that, but they fired him after they made the playoffs and then got the number one pick the next year because he wasn't the head coach.
Right? That is true.
But back to the Jaguars. Yeah, so you probably think of one of the players I did too, but go ahead.
Josh Allen, Josh
Yep.
Hines Allen.
Hines, yeah, yeah, absolutely. Best
Um,
defensive end here and in that at UK and at that franchise.
yep, I love it. I love me some Josh Hines Allen. But other than just Kentucky bias, Blake Bortles. I loved Blake Bortles.
He made AFC Championship game.
Yeah. Maurice Jones-Drew.
I saw David and I saw Blake Bortles play in a bowl game. We were out in Phoenix with on a family trip, and I happened to be when the Fiesta Bowl was going on. And Blake Bortles was quarterback of UCF, and they were going against Baylor, who had like Bryce Petty and um, some other. I forgot who was on that team. It was like a high scoring Baylor team. So I think Bortles and them won. It was impressive. I got to see him play college. That's kind of cool. But um,
Right.
he was number three pick for Jacksonville.
Right. And now he just kind of hangs out and does nothing.
Yeah, I don't even think he's a backup anymore.
No, I think he retired.
Did he?
I think he was
I don't know.
talking about it on Pardon My Take one day. I know we
Oh
brought
yeah,
them
he's a
up
big.
so much.
Yeah, he's a big. Yeah, well, they're the number one sports podcast in the nation, so or the world,
Yeah,
whatever you want to call it. So,
yeah. And if
but
Barstool, if you're listening, I know two people right here. We can run that Barstool Kentucky account for you a lot better than the one you got handling it.
yeah, the Barstool UK, some of the other Barstool ones are barely even active. They're just college kids. They just don't care about Twitter as much anymore. They would care more about the TikTok, I guess. I don't know.
Right?
But anyways,
So, but
Jacksonville, you got any
Maurice
more? Yeah,
Jones-Drew, that's another name. Really
Fred
like
Taylor.
AJ.
Um,
Um,
wide receiver wise, right now they got Brian Thomas, who was supposed to be good and had a terrible year.
had a god awful year.
What do you?
Didn't
Where do you?
didn't Des Bryant have a small stint there?
He did there at the end. There's a couple guys that had like an end of their career, like I'll go live in Florida, not pay taxes into my career move or whatever.
Right.
Um, what do you think about Travis Hunter? He got hurt at the end of the year. He had an okay rookie year, but like, you think he's going to continue to play both sides of the ball?
I think it turned out a lot better than both sides thought it was going to.
I did too.
You know, yeah, he had good numbers for playing both sides of the ball. I mean, that's a lot of snaps to play.
Here's what I think:
Uh,
they got enough wide receivers. They need him at cornerback because they got Parker Washington, and if Brian Thomas can come back, and then Jacoby Myers, I mean, play him
yeah,
at cornerback.
talk about that's when the switch flipped.
Yeah,
When they
it
got
is.
Jacoby Myers, that offense completely turned around.
And Etienne had a better year this year. He turned it around. Lawrence wasn't terrible. He's at least he's better than C.J. Stroud. Like what if Trevor Lawrence was on the Texans? They might have beat the Patriots. Who knows?
Right. And that's credit to Liam Cohen, He's coordinated an SEC offense, to run the ball, you got to have an offensive line.
Yeah, I don't
He's
know
in
what
the.
theirs graded out, but probably pretty high. I bet. Who knows? All right,
How do you think
go ahead. Talk.
Stoops react? Random question. How do you think Stoops reacted to Liam Cohen getting a NFL head coaching job now that Stoops is unemployed?
I don't think he could be that mad because I think Liam was always built to be in the NFL. Because I don't think Stoops could be an NFL head coach. So
Hell, he couldn't even be a
if
cop. Well, he could, but
I think Stoops would have been irate if he got like, the UCLA job or something, or Texas A&M back 2 years ago when they thought he was going for it. Like just if he got a
yeah.
higher college job than he got the UK, he would have been pissed. Yeah, but the NFL, he probably don't think too much about it.
If Stoops would have taken that Texas A&M job, that was the year that Liam went back to the Rams, right?
Yeah, and don't you think our head coach might be Brad White?
I would be willing to bet if we would have fired him after that year, Liam Cohen probably would have been the first phone call Kentucky makes.
Now,
Hey,
I
you
have a
want to be
pretty
the
good
head coach
memory.
here?
I have a pretty good memory, but if I remember, some local media was throwing around that Mitch Barnhart would have hired Vince Marrow as the head coach, and I would not have liked
No, 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 no.
that.
The man can't even spell grown right.
Right? All right. Anyway, we'll go
But
back to this next one. We don't have to rub it in. All right. NFL, 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 NFL. Okay.
come on,
Oh,
give us a good
this,
team.
no, this one's perfect because they just hired their coach today.
Ah, okay. Shout out
Yeah.
Joe Brady.
Yeah. Yeah. Joe Brady. Don't get him
I feel like that was a mistake.
to confuse with our offensive lineman, our offensive coordinator, Joe Sloan, because I get it confused all the time.
I feel like promoting Joe Brady was a mistake.
Yeah. That you think
Because
that's
what did
a
the
Josh
Bills
Allen
need?
move? Because Josh Allen, they said he was sitting on it. You think that's a hit? His input was on that
What did the Bills need?
wide receivers.
Well, I mean, yes, but the offense is still humming.
But yeah, they could use some more defensive guys.
They need a defense, and you
Hey,
hire.
shout out Deion Walker. He had a good year this year. It's a good rookie year.
Yeah, he made the all rookie team.
I know. He was a bright spot in their defense.
So, but like, nothing's gonna change.
No, scheme definitely won't. I don't know if they're gonna hire a coordinator or not, or if he's gonna call plays, But
Well,
I think there's
they'll have to
yeah,
fill the vacancy.
well yeah, it's just like Ben Johnson calling plays for the Bears last year.
But
But
yeah, exactly. It'll be, oh, I had a great offense last year. Offense wasn't why we lost games.
one could argue they lost to the Jaguars because of their offense. And it wasn't his fault. Josh Allen made some bad decisions that game. We know he's top three quarterback in the league, but he's got to make better
Yeah,
decisions
that's
as well.
true. But in that game, they also still scored 30 something points.
Yeah, you're right. The defense could have played better that game. So,
You got
man,
to focus on that defense.
yeah,
But, I guess in all fairness, he could turn out to be like a Ben Johnson because we didn't have a good defense.
no,
We on paper we weren't great, even though we had the most takeaways in the league.
so that made us average.
But I guess there's a world where he could turn out to be like a Ben Johnson type. You don't have
Going the
to give
coordinator route.
points.
I don't know. It's proven that the young coordinator route is better than going established head coaches recently, not historically. So maybe it's just a trend. Maybe like just a segue to knock you off the Bills, but McCarthy, he's been forever. Like the Steelers have had so much longevity with their coaching.
Oh, I know. I've heard all about it. My wife is
Yeah,
pissed.
yeah. Tell me how.
Pissed, I tell
Tell
you.
me, tell me how he. Not to go on too much a tangent. How him of all people got to coach Packers, the Cowboys, and the Steelers of the three biggest franchises in the NFL. He got to coach all three of them.
Isn't that crazy? I didn't. That's a hell of a point.
Yeah, and he won one Super Bowl. He
Wow.
was with the Packers forever. Maybe the Cowboys are cursed, but who knows?
Cowboys won't be good until Jerry sells the team.
Yep, you're probably right about that one. I think everyone's okay
I
with
mean,
that. So
it's just poor management from the top down to the bottom, and it's all nepotism.
it is. And to go back to the Bills, I think they have good ownership. I mean, they got the new stadium built, so they're trying to move forward with a good team and keep Josh Allen happy. But like you said, they need a defense and see how they draft and build out the free agents. But who knows?
And that's a big if, man. I mean, at a certain point, yes, the offense is worn out, but like, are the fans in Buffalo going to start flipping on Josh Allen?
Right? I mean, he's
If you're
a
Mr.
legit.
Do It All, why could you only do it 7 out of 8 times?
Yeah, and you couldn't do it the year that the quarterbacks on your level, Burrow, Mahomes, and Jackson, weren't even in the playoffs.
And that's 100% why McDermott got fired.
Yeah,
I
tough,
mean,
tough
literally,
business being an
just
NFL coach.
have.
There's 5+ jobs open every season.
Can you name one other player other than Deion Walker on the Buffalo defense?
Maxwell Harrison.
Oh, true. I forgot about him.
You can't.
Okay,
That's
other
fine.
than them,
One of the Bosa's played for him. I don't know if he still does.
didn't he get hurt though?
Yeah, he might have got hurt. Yeah, um,
But regardless, if that's
not
all
any
you
recent
have,
one. Yeah,
like, and that's a fucked up reason for them to nitpick at Josh Allen, but it's gonna happen. Why couldn't you do it every single time?
yeah. I mean,
And going
here's
through
how.
the like comeback thing with Caleb and the Bears this year, it
Hmm.
kind of made me realize that it's like, well, he does it every time. Why didn't he do it this time? Because it doesn't happen every time.
No. at least with
Sometimes
Caleb,
that
he's
magic
young.
just runs out.
He's young and has a lot of football ahead of him. Josh Allen is at the top of his peak right now, and he'll be starting going downhill in like 3 or 4 years. So like he'll slightly go down, like in little increments, but right now
Yeah,
he's playing
it'll
at his
just be
best.
gradual drop off.
He's
But
he's gonna end up dropping off. He doesn't have the same like body type as his quarterback, but his drop off's gonna be like Drew Brees. He's gonna play a long time, playing up good stats, and then when he's done, he's gonna retire still throwing 30 touchdowns.
right. You know who I think would have been the absolute perfect hire for the Bills?
Who?
And this might shock you. Defensive guy, obviously, but knows how to get a decent offense together, and it's Robert Salah, who the Titans got.
Yeah, I wonder. Well, the Titans got him first, so I wonder. I think he interviewed for that job, so I wonder why they didn't pull the trigger. That would have been a good hire.
I don't think he did because the Bills weren't eliminated yet, were they?
Uh, yeah, I
Because
think they were maybe. I don't know. They got eliminated in the first round, so I don't remember.
no, Bills got eliminated in the second round.
Oh, I thought they lost to the Jaguars in the first round.
No, they won that game and then lost to Denver.
Mm. Yeah, I'm getting them all confused because I was focused on the Bears.
Right. Well,
But
we're not used to being in the middle of a playoff run.
I know, right?
So I think we do need to get used to that going forward, though.
I do too. I do too. Or
A lot depends on this off season.
yeah,
So,
um,
but I'm
the
seeing a lot of smoke about picking up Max Crosby.
yeah, him and I've seen basically all defensive linemen or linebackers or anything on defense, like Trey Hendrickson or even some of the mock drafts. I can't remember his name, but the defense tackle out of Ohio State, he'd be a good one. We got a couple different guys, like Devin Lloyd's a linebacker who plays for the Jaguars. I don't think we can afford him, but he's one of the best linebackers available. I saw another
Oh, for
one.
sure.
If we were willing to bring him back, he had a good year last year. Khalil Mack, I'd take Mack attack back.
I would take him back in a heartbeat.
Exactly.
Give me some Khalil Mack vintage years.
I agree, man. Yeah, he's. I got two of his jerseys. He's one of my favorite players of all time. He was the
You know how they made those like hockey type sweater hoodies, but
yeah,
they were NFL jerseys?
yeah.
I have one of those of Khalil Mack.
Heck yeah, Bears legend.
Uh,
But
so we
yeah,
got one more helmet. We did what?
we did the Jaguars, the Bills, and the Panthers. So we did our three NFL.
Okay, yep, that is all three. Well,
But while we're on the NFL, I did see that they announced. Let me make sure this is the right. Yeah, they announced the finalist for the Hall of Famer, the modern players that could get inducted this year on their first ballot. So I'll ask you
they
a couple
sure
and see if you
did.
think they should make it. All right.
Well, hold on. Breaking
What?
news.
What?
I'm sure everybody's already seen this by now, but
Yeah.
Bill Belichick not on there.
I know. That's crazy.
That is insane. Who?
That
So
isn't
I haven't seen the list. I just know Belichick's not on it.
correct.
Read me some of these names that got on it over Belichick.
All right. Some of them are good. Drew Brees,
Okay.
Larry Fitzgerald,
Okay.
Frank Gore. He's if you go
Yeah,
look
but
at the numbers, if you go look at the numbers, he has them. It's just when you think about his injury career, I get it.
no, and you're taking Frank Gore over Bill Belichick.
I wouldn't
Man's
say
won 8
over.
fucking Super Bowls.
I I think Belichick probably should have made it. I don't know why he didn't, to be honest with you, other than it's like the same reason Terrell Owens hasn't made it yet. So
Blackball.
yeah, exactly. So maybe Big Bill's got to worry about that. But just player wise, we got Breeze, Fitzgerald, Gore, Torrey Holt, uh, the Brady Killer, Eli Manning. Uh,
Torrey Holt is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
no, these are the guys that are up for it. I should have been clear for that. They
Okay.
haven't. Yeah, these are the guys that are up for it potentially. That's where you segued Belichick into that, and then that threw me off. I was going to ask you who you think should be a first ballot from these guys.
Okay.
So Breeze and Fitzgerald were the obvious two. You're If Young, Gore, and Holt.
Yep.
We talked about this guy, Luke Kuechly.
I don't know about first ballot just because he
But he, okay,
decided to cut his career
he didn't play
short
long
early.
enough. Okay. Uh, Terrell Suggs from Balsall Hard University.
Yep. Put it
Yeah,
in. He'll beat me up if I say no.
right. Adam Vinatieri,
Yeah.
probably the most
Yeah.
popular kicker of all time, other than Duck for bad reasons.
Arguably one of the top 2 to 3 best kickers to ever play the game.
Absolutely. Reggie Wayne.
Nah.
I think second or third time, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, Peyton Manning is what made Reggie Wayne.
I agree. And the rest of these are kind of stretches. Kevin Williams, defensive tackle, Jason Witten, Darren Woodson, Marshall Yonda, who was pretty good. He was one of the best linemen most of the time. Jari Evans, and then Willie Anderson. He probably should make it. He was a Hall of Famer from Eagles. So
So you're telling me all those people have a chance to be first ballot Hall of Famers before Bill Belichick?
there's a chance, and out of the ones we've named, there's a good shot for three or four of them too.
And let me preface this by saying I am not a Belichick fan. Never have been, never will be.
Belichick's kicker might get in over him.
But that is a horseshit list.
His kicker might get in over him. That's hilarious.
How can a guy who I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's won 8 Super Bowls, correct?
Uh, seven, I think.
7, 8, whatever.
Yeah,
Regardless, he's up there with the top of them.
yeah,
How is that guy not a first ballot Hall of Famer? How?
right.
How?
He, he should be. He should be. I don't know. Let me see if there's any coaches on here.
I mean,
No,
you know it's crazy news when you get a ESPN notification.
I know, right?
Breaking news.
Bill
Belichick will
Belichick.
not be a first ballot Hall of Fame. What?
Yeah, that's insane. But the Hall of Fame voters, pretty much in every sport, are kind of gracious. NBA, they let anybody in, but the NFL, they don't let you in because of politics. Politics in the MLB, just notoriously is the hardest Hall of Fame to get in. So
Oh yeah. Like you have to get like what 97% of the vote to get in or something like that.
there's only been one unanimous guy who made the first team, or maybe he missed it by one. Was it Mo Rivera?
Yeah, he was the only first and only unanimous decision.
I know there were some guys that were close, but I mean, he's clearly the cloud. You have seen that Yankees behind you. He's clearly the best closer of all time. So,
You could have easily made a case for a couple guys.
oh yeah, that should have been unanimous. There's no doubt. He was just, I think, the right class at the right time.
Yeah. Another guy that comes to my mind that should have been unanimous is Ichiro.
Absolutely, he would have. If you would have asked me to guess this, if there were two people who would be unanimous, he would have been my second guess. Ichiro, he deserves it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, dude did it with his bat and in the field.
Yeah, and would what hit? Probably not more than 20 home runs a season at best.
Right. And it's wild about him. The craziest stat about him, he didn't come over to America until later into his career.
Maybe that's why he was so much better because he started when he was older.
And still, isn't he the all time hits leader?
He is, yeah.
Played an abbreviated career in the
Yep.
MLB.
And he didn't gamble on baseball at Pete Rose.
Facts. But I saw a crazy stat where if you added his MLB hits together with his Japanese Baseball League hits, the amount of professional career hits he has is north of 5,000.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
That is
That's
insane.
That's an untouchable record. I know it's playing in two leagues, but it's a Cal Ripken like level record.
Yeah, that's probably a streak that will never be broken.
So what do you think about Pete Rose and the steroid guys? They say they're going to put Pete Rose in after he died, whatever. But do you think the steroid guys deserve to be in now?
So I have a weird stance on this.
Okay.
I think Pete Rose should have never been disqualified from being in the Hall of Fame.
So just to clarify, didn't he bet on his team to win?
There's clear evidence. Every single bet he made was for his team to win.
That's what I
He
thought.
never once
Okay.
placed a bet that would put him in jeopardy of making it look like he told them to
Yeah.
do something that would lose the game.
Yeah.
And that's why I think that shouldn't matter.
I agree with
I
that.
mean,
Fair.
like, all he did was lose some money. Yeah, he
If
might have
you
lost the game too,
if
but
you are the
at
best
that point,
player in your franchise's history, I know the Reds, you could argue it's Griffey wasn't there long enough, but the catcher, Johnny Bench. But if you're one of the top two best players in your franchise history, you should be in the Hall of Fame.
yes. And I would have like I said, I would have a totally different stance on that if it was known that he was,
Mm-hmm.
you know, betting on them to lose. But
He was
every
doing a
single
Jonte
Laker,
Porter bet on my unders.
yeah, exactly. But
Steroids.
steroid guys, I put them in with an asterisk.
I agree with that because they deserve to be in the
But
history
then
books,
again,
but the
I
asterisk
could
should be
also
there.
make the case: don't put them in. It's not authentic.
So how do you feel about players that had? Now this might just be a rare case because he's Barry Bonds, but Barry Bonds was a Hall of Famer before he took steroids. Steroids just made him an all timer.
Well, sucks to suck. Don't do that.
No, that's fair.
Don't
That's
fucking
fair.
cheat.
That's fair. Yeah. I'm saying, yeah,
Don't
he's the Hall of
fucking
Famer on
cheat.
the
Don't
Pirates,
do
and
it.
then he's like, I'm gonna go to San Francisco and just take a bunch of steroids and become the all-time home run hitter, but put asterisks beside it. But he did do it, and those pitchers tried to walk him on purpose intentionally, especially in that World Series against the Angels, and he still hit home runs.
Right? And another, while we're on this baseball subject, another hill I will die on.
Okay.
If Ken Griffey Jr. would have stayed healthy his entire career, he would be the all natural, aka non juiced, home run leader of all time.
Yeah, and he was the ultimate five-tool player before Mike Trout was the ultimate five-tool player, and he had. I don't know about you. I think he has the prettiest swing of all time.
Yeah,
Pretty smooth, pretty fluid. I love it.
that's a that's a good comparison.
Yeah, he's awesome. I mean, we we grew up watching when he first got on the Reds and the end of the Mariners. So we like saw him at his prime, and he's like, oh, he's in Cincinnati, he's close, and he's on a new team, and he had a couple good years there. And then, like you said, his injuries took over, but we caught him right when the shoes were coming out. It was Griffey's definitely a '90s kid's baseball player.
Fact. Man, my 1A and 1B growing up, main reason why I'm a Yankees fan, Derek Jeter,
I was gonna guess it has to be Jeter.
the captain.
Mm-hmm.
The captain. I'm
You
so
got
pissed, man.
the
Back
the
in high
the little
school,
boy saluting. That's the best
yeah,
meme.
the meme.
Yeah.
Do you remember when he was chasing his 3,000th hit back when we were in high school?
Yep.
He was one hit away, and they had a series against Cincinnati in Cincinnati, and I had gotten tickets as a gift to that game. Give me 1 second. This monitor's going crazy.
You're good, bro. Yeah. The Reds, they've had some. some crazy years, some good players coming through. Griffey obviously being the
Uh,
best one, but
but I had gotten tickets to one of the games. It would have been the first game of the series they played as a gift. Me being a naive teenager, it's like, if Derek Jeter gets one hit in this game, I'm gonna get to see the hit. No, they sat him.
mm, it's,
You talk about heartbreak, man.
now baseball's a little different because they play 3 game series, 4 game series. But I don't know how you feel about this. Unless you're fully injured, I think it is criminal for professional athletes to sit out on away games because I'm thinking,
Especially in the game of baseball.
yeah, the Reds. I'm thinking even like just close to us, Titans or Bengals. Like more teams, the Bengals have been good recently, but go to see who those teams play, who they're playing, the opponents that they're playing, than they do those with their own teams.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like, you don't know how many fans you may have in said city that's the only game they can afford to go to.
Yeah,
Oh, hey, look, my Yankees are close.
yeah. So playing
Or,
your
hey, my Cubs are close.
yeah, right.
It's,
Well,
unless you live well above means, it is really expensive to get into any type of professional sporting event.
and as a Cubs fan, I have it easier because they can go between Chicago and Cincinnati, or even the White Sox, or even a couple other places. New York doesn't play anywhere close unless they go in like to play the NL.
Right? I mean, literally, it's Cincinnati, Cleveland,
Yeah, yeah. In the AL, it's Cleveland and Detroit are like
Cincinnati,
two of the only
Cleveland,
ones.
Pittsburgh, St. Louis. That's
Yeah,
it's as close as you're getting to me.
yep. And anytime they
So
come to
I'm
town, they're
gonna,
like the big draw because they're the Yankees.
yeah. So, well, what else you got for 'em? We're clips an hour again.
Yeah,
We're
hey,
getting good at this, buddy.
yeah, we are good talking sports with you, and see if see how tonight goes, and we can get our little we can get the women's cats talking. They're on a little losing streak, but they don't play again till Saturday or Sunday, so they got a nice break.
Yeah, they need a break. They need a mental reset. They
Yep.
had a tough stretch last week.
Yeah, but like I said, we trust Coach Brooks, Strack, Morgan, all the rest of the squad. We trust them
Yeah,
to come out and
they'll pick
women.
it back.
Yeah, they'll get it
They will.
together, and like pretty much all things basketball right now is shooting threes and playing some good defense. So 3-and-D, this team can do it. Men's and women's team, just modern day
That's the
basketball,
way
right?
all ball's going, bud.
Yeah, it's fun to watch when you're
It's a
hitting, right?
3 and D world, and we're just living in it.
Yeah, it literally feels like a 3D world half the time. We're in a simulation. The Bears were good. Kentucky basketball was bad there for a little bit, and well, Kentucky football wasn't good, so that's normal. So
Right. But, well, go Cats, go Kroger, and we'll, I don't know, probably see y'all or not. Well, yeah, we'll see you. We're on video now. I keep forgetting. We'll probably see y'all Friday for another episode.
yeah, big game against the Hogs. Get the dub tonight.
Oh yeah,
Get a
oh
steal
yeah.
tonight.
That's
Big
gonna
game
be
against the
that'll be a
Hogs. We got it.
long episode.
Absolutely, we're excited. I think they're playing real quick. They're playing Oklahoma right now and down 44-32 with 4 minutes left in the first half. So
All right,
maybe they're coming off a
Boomer
loss. We're coming
Sooner.
off a win. Boomer Sooner. Go Cats.
Otega Owe would not have liked me saying that.
No, no, I don't remember him in Oklahoma. Like, I don't think anyone ever will. So he's a UK boy.
Nope. He only played 7 minutes a game. But regardless, we're getting off of here.
Yeah.
Everybody have a good night. Go Cats. Go Krogering.
Go Bears.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh yeah, go Bears. Go Yankees.